Welcome. Okay, today we're going to be talking. Today in this lesson, today in this lesson, this is going to be talking about something that happens very, very much every day with siblings. Yes, siblings, brothers, sisters, two sisters together, three or four sisters together, five or six brothers together. Just siblings and jealousy. This is about. This is going to be about jealousy and a story of two different stories in the Bible. So let's start with this. As as today, a lot of families have brothers and sisters, and during that during that time, have you ever been with your sibling and your sibling got something nicer than you have, and you felt left out, or like your parents them loved your sibling more than you? Well, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Let's start with the very first thing. I hope I hope your week is starting to be I hope your week is turning out really good. It's a very great week that started. And let's just get this started. So let's get ready over there. Start we're gonna start going in to talking about jealousy. What is jealousy? I'm gonna give you two I'm gonna give you two different meanings. I'm gonna give you two different versions of jealousy. Let's pull up the word jealousy first. Let's pull up the word jealousy. Jealous, being jealous. And it says in jealous, it's an adjective. And it's a feeling or showing envy over someone or their achievements and advantages. Okay, well, that's what it says in the dictionary. That's what it says what in the dictionary. What does the Bible say about jealousy? Let's bring this up. Use I'm gonna use an app called what's this app? It's a Bible app. It's a Bible app. And this is a hold on. This is the Takarda Bible. It's a Bible that gets in that gives you all the all the Bibles, all the books of the Bible, and gives you the stories and basically gives you touch points of how what was in the main topics of everything, of every question of the Bible. Well, if we pull up jealousy, this is what this asks a question. This asks a few things. It says, and I'll read you what it says right here. What's beginning of this this reading. It says, jealousy is one of the most common emotions, but we often fail to see that it can also be one of the most dangerous. We're jealous of those who have better houses, nicer cars, more vacation time, and more attractive spouses, happier families, and more talents. Jealousy is an emotion of passion, and uncontrollable jealousy leads to passionate hate. If allowed to go that far, it can drive an inflamed person to kill, as Cain killed Abel. Sort of that, families have been broken, businesses poisoned, and relationships destroyed through jealousy, learning to recognize and dealing with the feelings of jealousy before they overwhelm us is essential. Now, hold on. Now, let's see what it says about what it says about jealousy, and then we'll cover what the main part what was going to be read tonight. Okay, this is in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 to 14:30. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Jealousy is like a cancer in the bones. The little side note under it says, jealousy is like a disease eating away at our character and causing anger, bitterness, and hatred to consume us. That's what's being said. Now, if we scroll down if we look right here, another part of jealousy can be anger. Being angry at the individual. And in Proverbs 27:4, anger is cruel, but jealousy is more dangerous. Just jealousy can be a very dangerous thing. If we scroll down to Genesis 13:7, so disputes broken out between the herdsmen and Abraham and Lot. Jealousy tears families and friends apart. Jealousy drove Lot's herdsmen to fight with his uncle Abraham's herdsmen. Jealousy can lead to jealousy can lead to a lot of angry emotions. That's the part where I was going to start tonight. I was going to start. Okay, let's go into the story. Let's go with the first story that we're going to Let's go with the first story in the Bible. Continuing into it. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we going to start? Start with Genesis number 1. Genesis 4 and verse 1. This is, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she bared again his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process time, it came to pass that Cain brought the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, and Abel brought of the firstling of his flock and the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering. But unto not Cable. Ugh. Okay, mind. Why did I say cable? Cain. Cain. Okay. And to his offering, he had, God had no respect. He had no respect. And Cain was very worthy, and his continuous failed. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou worth? And why is their continuance fell? If thou doest well, shall if thou doest well, not shall not be accepted. And if thou doesn't do well, does not well, sin layeth at the door, and unto thee shall he be desired, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel and his brother and killed him, and slew him, because of jealousy. Cain was jealous of Abel. Jealousy came in, clouded his emotions, and out of those emotions, he was killed. It was just pure, it just killed his brother. Jealousy. It was just pure jealousy. jealousy, and that led to anger. Anger, anger was, anger came in, and and murder happened. He was angry. I mean, you gonna let him come? You gonna kill your brother because you're angry and jealous? Continuing on what? Continuing on, the Lord said unto Cain, "Where is Abel thy brother?" And he said, "I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?" And he said, "What? What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth out unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which had opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth." And Cain said unto the Lord, "My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out of this day from the face of the earth, and from the face I shall be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it came to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me." And the Lord said unto him, "Therefore, who slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold." And the Lord set up a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him shall kill him. And Cain went out of the presence of the Lord and dwelled in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. So pretty much, right here on this, right here, is the next point what was going to be talked about. It's going to be the next part talked about. And we're looking back at Proverbs 27:4. Anger, it's what was felt, but being jealous is more dangerous. Being jealous is more dangerous. Let's look right here at the next point. Jealousy led to anger. And then anger led to murder. Continuing on, continuing on, you know, when when anger happens and jealousy happens, there's murder will happen. It's just sad. Murder happens. Anger at your sibling because they did something great, and you feel that you don't matter. That's what happens. You feel like you're not wanted. You feel like you're sad. You feel sad, unappreciated, while your brother or your sister gets more attention than you. Sure, there's times when I've got jealous of my sibling because she's done something that made me feel like I didn't matter. And sure, I've done something that she felt that she didn't matter. But your siblings, you and your siblings can rely on each other so much. So much. Continuing on, that's the first part of the that was the first part I was showing. This is the next story in the Bible that talks about what's shown more of jealousy. What was when brothers felt like they were unwanted. When brothers felt they were unwanted, unloved by their father. So let's pop over to Genesis 37. We're going to talk about in Genesis 37. Let me get this right here. The story of Joseph and the coat of many colors. The story of Joseph and the coat of many colors. This is another story that talks about siblings who are jealous of their sibling. Brothers who are mad and upset that their father loved their brother more than them. Starting with it right here, this is where it starts. Okay, Genesis 37 and chapter 37 verse 2. This is where we're going to start. These are the generations of Jacob, being Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock of his brethren, and the lad was the sons of Bilhah, and was the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now, Israel loved Joseph more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. When his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him, and could not speak peaceably unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he had told all his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, that this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we are binding sheaves in the fields, and lo, my sheaf arose, and also stood upright. And behold, your sheaf stood around, and made an obeisance to my sheaf. And his brothers said unto him, Shall thou indeed reign over us, or shall thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more, his dreams and his words. And he dreamed yet another dream, and told his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars had made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father, and to his brethren, and to his and his father rebuked him, and said unto him, What is this dream thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? And his brethren, envied him, but his father observed the same. And his brethren went to feed their father's flock in Shechem. And Israel said unto Joseph, Don't thy brethren feed the flock in Shechem? Come, I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, Here am I. Continuing on, you see, Joseph's brothers were angry at him. They felt like they weren't loved. They felt heartbroken. They felt heartbroken. They felt unloved. They felt more that their father loved. They felt in their heart that their father loved them more and just didn't care about them. Jealousy. Jealousy can lead to heartbrokenness and sadness. It causes a lot of emotions when sadness and comes in, and jealousy. If it will make it can break someone's heart. Jealousy. But let's continue on where we were at. Where was I at? And he said, I'm going to start right here at 14. And he said to him, Go, I pray thee, see see whether it's been well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he went and sent him out to the vale of Hebron, and he came to Shechem, and a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the fields. And the man asked him, saying, What seekst thou? And Joseph said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flock. And the man said, They depart hence, for I heard them say, Let's go Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him afar, be happy for him. So that's all I have to say. There'll be times when you're there'll be times when it's your turn. There'll be times. You should love your siblings. You should love your siblings, love your friends, because they have a talent. Be happy for them. You'll get a chance to be there at the right time. I know the story. The stories happened a long time ago, and I know these happened a long time ago. But things work out for the best. You matter just as much as anybody else does. Rejoice in their talents, and be happy. The Lord gave them specific talents, and the Lord gave you specific talents. You matter just as much as much as they matter. So have a blessed day, and have a good week, you all. Bye. Off even before he came near unto them, and they conspired against him to kill him. And they said one to another, Behold, the dreamer cometh. That they were angry at Joseph. So they started talking, and they were going to kill him. This is what, and they said one another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him in some pit. And we will say some evil beast had devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. That anger, being jealous of his brother, being jealous of him, was going to lead to murder. And then that murder will lead to lies. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, "Let us not kill him." And Reuben said unto them, "Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, and deliver him to his father again." And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brother, they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him, and they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty, there was no water in it. And after they did what they did, after they did their deed, they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead, or with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, "What profit is it of if we slay our brothers and conceal his blood? Come, let's sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not one of our hands be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh." And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites, merchants, and they drew and lifted Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Israelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph to Egypt. So they were angry. They were angry. They were going to kill him. They were jealous of him. And they thought, we can just get rid of him. We can just get rid of him and we can sell him off. And Reuben returned to the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit. And he rended his clothes. And he returned to his brethren and said, "The child is not. And whither shall I go?" And they've done that. It says in 31, they took Joseph's clothes and killed the kid of the goats and dipped the coat in the blood. And And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said that we have found now known whether it be thy son's coat or not. And he knew it and said, It is my son's coat. And a evil beast devoured him, and Joseph is without double rent in peace. So now they've lied to their dad. They've lied to their father for it. Off even before he came near unto them, and they conspired against him to kill him. And they said one to another, Behold, the dreamer cometh. That they were angry at Joseph. So they started talking, and they were going to kill him. This is what, and they said one another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him, and cast him in some pit. And we will say some evil beast had devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. That anger, being jealous of his brother, being jealous of him, was going to lead to murder. And then that murder will lead to lies. And Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, and deliver him to his father again. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brother, they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty. There was no water in it. And after they did what they did, after they did their deed, they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead, or with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, What profit is it of if we slay our brothers and conceal his blood? Come, let's sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not one of our hands be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites, merchants, and they drew and lifted Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Israelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph to Egypt. So They were angry. They were angry. They were going to kill him. They were jealous of him. And they thought, oh, they thought we can just get rid of him. We can just get rid of him and we can sell him off. And Reuben returned to the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit. And he rended his clothes. And he returned to his brethren and said, the child is not. And whither shall I go? And now they've done that. They've taken it says in 31, they took Joseph's clothes and killed the kid of the goats and dipped the coat in the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said that we have found now known whether it be thy son's coat or not. And he knew it and said, it is my son's coat. And an evil beast devoured him, and Joseph is without double rent in peace. So now they've lied to their dad. They've lied to their father for it. They've lied to him. All jealousy. All jealousy, they've lied to their dad. And continue on, this is sad right here. This is sad right here. And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth over his loins and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and daughters rose up to comfort him. And he refused to be comforted and said, for I will go down into the grave unto my son in the morning. Thus his father wept for him. See, jealousy led to anger, hatred. It was going to lead to murder. Led to lying, and led to a broken heart. There's been times when many people have felt that their parents have loved their siblings more. Yes, I will tell you that, yes, there's times when I felt really jealous of my sibling being praised. And I felt left out. My heart was broken. My heart was broken. But jealousy would lead to anger, sadness, and it could also lead to murder, and then to cover up murder, lies. Well, let's see what. Let's continue. That's two. Let's see what the Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. Let's see. With jealousy and all, with jealousy and all, you know, siblings get jealous of each other. Siblings can get very jealous of each other multiple times. But you know what? It's But even though you're jealous of your sister, your brother, you're jealous of your brother, your sister, your siblings, your friends, it's it's hard. It can be hard to be that. It can be very hard. But be proud for what they've done. Be proud. You're just as much as important. You're just as much as important as anybody else. It's it can be hard sometimes being jealous. Yes, but you need to remember you're more important. You're you're just as important as anybody else is. So your sibling, so that your siblings, your friends, your coworkers has a has a talent for it, for something that you don't have. Be happy for them. One day you'll one day your talent will one day your talent will come in and something great will happen. You'll feel you'll feel needed. It's yes, yes. It does. Yes, sometimes you feel like you're not important, but you are. Just sometimes people do better. Just sometimes have some people can do have better better have some talents that matter at that time. Yours, don't be jealous.